my first video back on YouTube. Whew. And I have a client coming for a bridal trial at 12. It is 10:13. Grandma's still asleep. We had like an after 4th of July celebration at my in-laws. They have a pool and he's obviously exhausted. So his room is literally across from my makeup room. So I'm hoping he doesn't wake up while I film this. So I'm like almost talking in like a slight whisper just to keep him from waking up. But okay, let's go ahead and do my makeup. I talk a lot with my hands. So I've already filmed this video once, but I ended up having some long story that sounded terrible because I was trying to fit together back all the pieces that I had forgotten because it happened, you know, a couple months ago, just with our house buying process. So I wanted to do it again. And it was a crazy day for the kids, so I think it's best that we just start back here. So everything that I'm using will be listed down in the description box. And that's gonna be hard for me because usually my tutorials are like teaching, not just get ready with me, where I just talk. So bear with me. So basically, it's been 6 months since I've uploaded a YouTube video. I have never been really good, well I was for a little bit, like super consistent with my videos. Just because I can be kind of lazy, which I'm working on. So, I mean there's a lot of other factors why I'm not so good at YouTube, so I guess I could talk about that for a second. Probably like 2 or 3, maybe 4. So first, a really huge reason that's hard for me, see I'm already talking with my hands, not putting on makeup. I really just love to sit down, do my makeup, either watch like something on Hulu or Netflix on doing my makeup, or listen to music and just have that little bit of time for me. And then not have to worry about the kids coming in here while I'm trying to, you know, film. Because that's of course difficult, not that it's impossible and not that I'm complaining, because YouTube is totally voluntary. It's not my job. I do not make a living off of YouTube. Maybe I could one day, but anyway. So that's really my time. I like to sit down, you know, get to do something basic that's not over the top. I don't have to wear false eyelashes because looks so much better with false eyelashes. And it's just, you know, easy. And then another thing, when you're doing YouTube, you have to like, you know, figure out what you're gonna do, make sure you guys like what I'm gonna do. Like YouTubers come on like cute shirts and they have like the thumbnail that's super cute, and I'm just not good with technology. My editing's very basic. I'm still working on that. You're on Instagram, so whenever you upload a video, you have to have a good picture on Instagram to go with it, to tell, you know, you upload it, whatever. And I'm just not that photogenic. I don't know if there's like classes you can go to where you can get your right angles, stuff like that, but I have to take a lot of pictures to get one or a couple that I really, really like. And that's difficult for me. So I know after I film, I'm gonna have to take these pictures, and then I don't edit or like use spacing or anything like that. And I know that's really popular right now because even though people complain about comparing themselves, everyone makes their life seem perfect on the internet, they still enjoy looking at those kind of things. So like the presets, I think it's called, that people use, which are so pretty, don't get me wrong, like I love them, but I just don't ever see myself, you know, using things like that just because it's an extra step for me who's not good with technology. And it's just, you know, I don't want to edit my pictures or use Facetune and stuff like that. So that's like the biggest part for me, is not have to take a thumbnail photo for real. And then it's just a dedication to it, because I know you guys like my videos and I love to film videos. It's fun. I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it. I just have to be more consistent. And I mean, maybe it is different for people who it is their actual career. I don't know. But I'm going to work on being better. And as you guys can probably see, I have all these like old little scar marks from random pimples. Like my skin used to be super clear, but I started to work out and I love it. But my skin has just come back with a vengeance when I work out. So I've been trying to, you know, get that under control. It's like every day there's a new bump on my face. So what happened over the past 6 months? Why it's been so long since I've been off of YouTube anyway. So back in December, which, like, I go to bed really early. Like, I'm usually asleep by 10:30 every night. That's not really early, but that's what time I like to go to sleep, so I can be up by 6:30. Just like when the kids, or when Grayson's in school, which Grayson's gonna be 5 August 2nd. Oh my gosh. And Graham is going to be 2. Today's the 7th, in a week on July 14th, which is crazy. You guys remember, like, when he was a little baby? Sorry. And I would, like, put him in my videos because he was so new. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. He's gonna be 2. My babies are getting so big. But whenever I'm, like, going to sleep and Spencer's, like, winding down for the day, because he's not like me that can just, like, go to sleep, like, in 2 seconds. Like, he has to wind down. But he likes to look at houses. He just likes to look at real estate. So we knew we needed more space, even though we only have 2 kids. Our old house was like I think it was like built in the 70s, like a ranch style house, or 60s, something like that. So it was all on one level, which I loved. And it had 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So like, there was like a den, and it was all, of course, like, closed in because it was not a newer house. A den, and then like a living room, like a formal living room on the front side of the house by the dining room. That was the kids' playroom, and like very little storage. Like, we had 1 linen closet in the hallway, none in the bathrooms, and we had like a single like vanity, 1 sink in our master bedroom, and there was like 2 doors. So there was a door from our hallway to go into our master bathroom, which is not a master, but, you know, just what was connected to our bedroom. And then one that also went to the bedrooms, like 1 door going in to our bathroom from, like, it was just weird. But we always knew we needed more space, but we were not, like, actively looking for a house. Well, Spencer was up looking at houses one night and, like, sends me a link to this house that he loved, and they had just listed it that same day. So that was like the beginning of December. And you know, again, we were not looking. Like, he always looks at houses, but we weren't really looking to move. Like, we hadn't thought about it, even though we knew we needed more space. So we contact, you know, the people, or he does. We were like going to go look at it. I was like either the 1st or 2nd week of December. I don't remember exactly now. But we go look at the house. We love it. Let's see, like, was it January or December? I don't remember. We made an offer. Like, they accepted it. And we started the whole process of getting a house, which there were so many little hiccups along the way, especially when you own your own business. It's difficult to buy a new house, especially if your business is new, like ours is. God was in control of the whole situation. Everything, even though it was not our timing, which was kind of stressful, especially for Spencer because he's not patient and he gets stressed very easily. I'm just kind of go with the flow, like, whatever happens, happens. But it was stressful, just because of, like, the waiting and, you know, just things taking longer than what we expected. That was fine. Like, we actually became really, really good friends with the homeowners. We're actually going to the beach together on the 17th this month. Like, I love them, and that's definitely another God thing. Like, his hand has just been in the whole entire process, and it's so funny looking back, like, you know, just crazy how you just fully have to trust in him and everything works out. But when we came over to look at the house the first time, like, we ended up staying over here for like 2 hours just talking. Like, they're just really great people. And then they were not really looking to, like, they just list the house just to see what would happen because it's around Christmas time. People don't really buy houses around the holidays. And, you know, like, the same day they list it, we sent a message like, hey, can we come look at your house? And then they didn't have anywhere to go either. So then one of our mutual friends posted their house on Facebook, which I love. So I tagged our friend, the old homeowner, in the post, and she went to go see their house. Theirs was the first offer on their house that they accepted. And so they found their house too. So we ended up looking at the house in December, fell in love with it. Like, we had to do a lot of different things. Even though the house is new, it was built in 2013. It was not dated or anything, but we just wanted to make some changes. So that took, you know, a while. Then there were hiccups in that process because anytime you do any kind of renovations, you know, it takes a lot longer because things just happen. So they found their house and loved it that I tagged her in, and you know, everything just worked out perfectly. So basically we closed on March 29th, but we did not actually move in the house until the end of May. So going back even more, when we looked at this house, our interior designer who designed our whole house or decorated the whole house, because I cannot decorate. If I have pictures of my old house, I will insert some little clips here because, oh my gosh, it was so basic. Like, all the walls were like gray. All the furniture was like tan, cream, or gray. No pictures on any of the walls except for the boys' bedrooms, because my mom, who loves to decorate and is amazing at it, came in and like decorated their rooms for me. She's the best. So anyway, she had a friend who was looking to downsize because her house was just way too big for one person. We listed our house like before we, did we list our house? Like, we just posted it on Facebook. But I can't remember if we did that before or after we looked at our now house. I can't remember. See, like, this is why I had to refilm this, because it was just a terrible story. But we listed our house on Facebook, and Patsy, our interior designer, who's also Spencer's godmother and like the most amazing, oh my gosh, woman. Like, she just makes you want to be a better person. She's like a walking angel. She is like, oh my gosh, I could talk about that for hours. Like, Patsy is such a blessing to us. And she's just, oh my gosh, she's the best. Okay, so anyway, she like showed the friend the house. She came and looked at it. Then the same night, she sends a text. She's like, look, I love your house. Let's just do it. It was an amazing offer. And then also, since she was downsizing and our house was more gray, tan, you know, beige, her house was more like the reds and like deep tans and browns. So she wanted all the furniture in her house. And I always knew that I wanted Patsy to decorate her house. She just does amazing work. She actually did our whole entire wedding. Again, I don't decorate, things like that. So the only things I picked out for my wedding were my dress, the bridesmaid dresses, and my flowers. Everything else she did, all the decorations, and she's just amazing. So I always knew I wanted her to do our house, but not our old house, because it was just small and older, and like, she needs like a good canvas to work with. I mean, she can do anything, but for me personally, I wanted to wait until, like, you know, until I was going to be in a place I was going to stay at for a while. So she actually helped sell our other house, and now fast forward, just again, God. And oh yeah, and that's another thing, you guys really want a house tour. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, I'm a lot more present on Instagram, especially in my stories. So if you don't follow me there, my handle is Brianna Oden, which is my maiden name. I'm Brianna Lynch now. I finally changed it after 3 years of being married. But if you guys want to see more of my daily life, definitely follow me there. But gosh, see, what was I saying? Got sidetracked. I cannot remember what I was saying. Something I know was about Patsy. So I had to film it again. Sorry. Okay, so anyway, when Patsy helped sell our house, whenever we posted it, again, I can't remember, it was in January, and we closed on our house on January 19th, and we had no new house to go to, okay? So we put all of our stuff in storage, which again, it wasn't that much, because she bought all of our furniture, and all we had was Graham's crib, which we actually got rid of. So we had his dresser, his glider that was in his room, and then stuff that was in Grayson's room. She kept our dining room furniture, or no. She kept our living room furniture and our master bedroom furniture, and we didn't have a lot of furniture before anyway, so we had like hardly anything. And then my makeup room stuff. So we put all of our stuff in a storage unit, and then my sister was nice enough to let us move into her house, because she had a spare bedroom and a full bath, and then her daughter sleeps with her, so she has a whole nursery and a crib that Graham was able to sleep in. So all of our stuff is in storage, and me not knowing, God's in control, we think this is going to happen, it might not happen just that way, I packed up all my filming stuff, and I only left out like a select amount of makeup, and it's actually in one of those big ColourPop boxes. Let me get it, because it's like old school, beginning days of ColourPop. So I had my makeup bag, and then I had this big ColourPop box right here. This was like around when the Hello Kitty little collection came out, but that's all the makeup I could take, because I didn't have a makeup room. and I packed up all my lights except for I have 2 different ring lights, one for freelance and one for like filming. So I had my light for freelance, but I didn't have anywhere to put it because my poor sister, her house was like so neat and clean before we moved in, but then all of our stuff was like on her refrigerator. Like we just had stuff everywhere. So Grayson, of course, he had his own room. They didn't have an extra room for him. So what we did was we took Grayson's twin size mattress and put that in the floor of the spare bedroom because Graham had his own room, which was great. But as Spencer and I started, you know, staying there, because that was January 19th. We didn't close on our house until March 29th, and we didn't move in until the end of May. I'm sorry, trying to get my thoughts together. But we realized on my sister's old mattress that we would roll into each other because he weighs, you know, 200 some pounds, and I would roll into him, which was totally not comfortable for me trying to get a good night's sleep. So Grayson started sleeping with me, and Spencer started sleeping in the twin size mattress on the floor. That happened for 4 months, you guys, because we kept getting pushed back with like furniture not coming in, or things happened with the floors and with the painting, and just a lot of setbacks, which is fine because we were totally comfortable with my sisters, just we had stuff everywhere. And I actually ended up taking over her bedroom too because I had my big box of makeup and makeup bag on top of her dresser, and I would get ready in her bathroom because the lighting was better in her bathroom than in the guest bathroom. Gosh, she was so nice to let me do that. Oh my gosh, like it worked out perfectly. So anyway, you know, I didn't realize at the time it was going to take us so long to get into our house, and all my stuff was in a storage unit, and I had nowhere to film anyway. So so I packed up all of my stuff, not thinking it would take so long to get in the house. And you guys were like commenting on my videos and messaging me on Instagram. And even on Snapchat, I don't use that much anymore. You guys were like, okay, where are you at? Like, where are your videos? And I was like, we should be in the house by April. We should be like, I was just totally off on all of our time because things literally just kept getting pushed back. And now my makeup room, which, oh my gosh, that's another whole ordeal. Everything in the house is pretty much settled because, you know, we didn't have any furniture. So all I had to move in was like the kids' toys, you know, my makeup. You know, it was a pretty easy move because we moved everything into the garage, like, was it the end of April? Either the end or beginning of April, while we were still just waiting for the house to be done. So all of our stuff was in the garage. And we just had to move that stuff actually into the house. But then at a certain point, Patsy didn't want us to see the house until it was all done. So once she started moving in furniture, we weren't allowed to come back inside. So she wanted to be like an HGTV reveal, and we have a video on that, but we're just waiting on some more little pieces of the video to make it complete. But it was so worth the wait because the house literally looks so beautiful. She did such a good job. The only thing I'm worried about doing with like a house tour, like on my own, is I didn't buy the things. So I only know where a couple of the light fixtures, where the couch, like I only know where a few of the things came from or like who they're designed by, because she's an interior designer, so she gets to go to market in Atlanta. And she just has a lot of other connections that are, you know, a lot harder for like me or you to find. So like, you know, that will be the only thing, is if you guys want to know where stuff is from, my list of where I know things are from are very limited. Like I don't even know where my rugs came from. And I know people already asked me about that on Instagram. So, I mean, if you guys want to see it, I definitely want to do one if you want to see it. But you'll just have to realize, I don't know where things came from. I can find out where some of the stuff came from, but like it's such a long list of things. She's busy. I don't want to be like, hey, can you tell me where everything came from my house? Like, I don't think that's fair. You know, everything's settled in except for my master closet and my makeup room, which my makeup room is like put up for the most part, but after being gone for 4 months, I couldn't remember how I had everything organized in here. So like I'll show you guys a little clip of what's happening currently in my makeup room. So there's my cute gray. He's so handsome. You made a mess?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So this is my vanity currently. It is a hot mess. Here are the insides of my drawers. Like, things just aren't well kept right now. Let's just put it that way. And it's driving me crazy. And I've already gotten rid of a lot of stuff. Don't put that in your mouth, please. So I had this whole box of stuff I went through and gave some stuff away, and you know, it's just a mess. I'm like, here's my closet right now, a mess. And there's even more, which this is mostly for my freelance kit, but there is some of my backup stuff in here. So just, you know, we got a lot going on in here and it's making me crazy. Let's see. There. More. There's more everywhere, like that mess. There's other stuff I can't figure out how I had to organize in these drawers. So those are the extra plastic containers I have. Like, I just have to get together. Isn't that right, Pooter? You're gonna break my chair. You say hello to everyone. So she cut my hair way too short, but I'm still sweet as pie. Bye. Little Pooter. He's sweet. He's gonna be 2 in a couple weeks. Grace will be 5 August 2nd. My babies are so big. They're so handsome and sweet and smart. I definitely need to get those few things organized, and that's another thing I want to film is like me getting rid of a lot of makeup, because I don't know how I came across her video, but her name is Whitney Hedrick, and she's like on a 2019 no buy, and she's just super real. Like, I love her. She's pretty and she's real, but like she just kind of talks about like consumerism and how companies are like, you know, they release like limited edition stuff and why that's dumb anyway, and just like a lot. She's got a lot of videos, like really good content, like talking about how we have so much makeup that we'll never use. I'm sitting here looking at all my stuff like, oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. Like stuff I just need to get rid of because I don't use it, which I do that pretty often anyway. Like I have a huge box over here, I'll show you in that clip, that just doesn't get used, and I'm gonna leave her channel link down below so you guys can follow her. And I know this is a terrible angle, sorry. I gotta get used to filming again. But she has made me want to go through my makeup and get rid of so much stuff. So I'm definitely going to be filming a video of me like sitting down, and the first thing I need to do, I think, is to go through what are my holy grail items. So like things I know I can't live without that I actually use all the time, and then I can kind of, you know, get rid of other things, because, you know, if I haven't used them yet, what I'm really bad about doing and like justifying why I keep the things I haven't used, it's like, well, I might need that for this and this and this, or then I'm like, well, if I haven't used it yet, I don't know if I really love it, but if I haven't used it yet, I probably don't need it, and I just buy so much makeup. And that's another thing I did while I was living with my sister, is I was buying so much makeup with nowhere to put it, except for that one big ColourPop box that wouldn't even close, of course, but I just kept buying and buying and buying, and just had it like in my bedroom and in that box in her bedroom. And sorry, I'm like going out of focus here, and it was just so excessive. So I definitely spend way too much money on makeup. I know I can do better, because I don't even need this stuff. And like when I tell people like I spend way too much money on makeup, well, that's your job. Well, yeah, I have a freelance kit that's totally separate, and then I have my makeup. I don't mix the two, and I like to use the same things that I know are gonna work. So I don't buy a ton of new crazy exciting products for my kit unless I've tried it myself. So again, if I'm buying new makeup and not using it, it's just all going to waste. So I'm definitely gonna be filming that. So I'll probably do that video in different parts. So if the lighting looks different, or if I might be wearing something different, and it's all in one video, it's because I can't get rid of all this in one day, because I obviously have some kind of attachment to it that doesn't make any sense for me to keep buying such makeup and only using the same things over and over again. So I'm ready to do that because my makeup room is driving me nuts. So other than that video, I do have a lot of other fun videos that I wanted to do. And I also posted like a poll on Instagram, just kind of asking what you guys wanted to see. So like I got some like no makeup, summer makeup, which I'm terrible at no makeup. Anytime I try to do a natural look, it just doesn't come out very cute. An all drugstore tutorial, so I'm getting some more stuff for that. My like holy grail items that I found, you know, like that I just feel like I'll never be able to top. Definitely want to film that. Like some client tutorials. This one side of my cheek always comes out looking crazy, because when we first got this house, we had picked out whose room was going to be whose. And the one room that I wanted that was like the perfect setup for filming, because when I like to film, or when I film, I like to have the window in the room behind my camera, so there's not light coming in from either side. Well, it didn't work out that way, because Grayson wanted a bunk bed in the one room that would actually fit the bunk bed, because of the closet doors and the windows, stuff like that, was the room I wanted for my makeup room. So in this room, which is now across the hallway from Graham, and that's upstairs, because our master bedroom's downstairs and all the other rooms are upstairs, but this room does have the window on the side, and it was like that in any other room, because if I were to face the window right here, you can see the closet doors right behind me. So if I ever get to the point where I'm like cool enough where I can have like the backdrops and stuff, then I can flip everything around. But right now this setup is okay. There just is a lot of light coming here, but my face just gets like super not cute on that side because of the sun coming on this side. But it works perfectly because the back here I have my little client stool. I can fit my train case right there with my makeup, and then any overflow stuff, since that's just a little glass table, goes on my regular vanity if I'm doing makeup. So I'm still getting used to everything, but bear with me on my face. I mean, you guys already know I go ham on the bronzer and blush anyway. Clean that up a little bit with a damp sponge. And you guys, I just took screenshots of all the stuff you wanted to see, but if you guys always, anytime, have suggestions of what you want to see now that I'm back on YouTube, just leave me a video down in the description box, because I will totally do it. And I finally, I've talked about my Instagram stories, but my computer was saying my startup disk was full. So I got an external hard drive, which I really don't know what that does. I'm still confused. Like, I'm just not good with technology. I've got to be better if I'm going to continue to do YouTube. It wasn't even letting me put my footage from my camera or my memory card onto iMovie to even edit it because it was so full. And it happened after we went to South Africa back in October, which I vlogged that trip, but again, I'm lazy and I had so much footage of like seeing rhinos and elephants and lions and leopards in real life that it was a ton of footage that I was gonna have to edit. Lazy, didn't wanna have to do that. So it's still all on my computer, but it's also on my phone, like videos that I took on my phone too, like Instagram stories, because you know, I like filmed a lot of that trip too while we were on the safari jeep. Like that trip was amazing. It's crazy to see like all of God's creations like out in real, like it's the real deal. And it's just crazy to think about like that the same God that created me and created you created all these amazing things. It's just, traveling is amazing. Oh, it's just, that was the best trip ever. Love it. So anyway, total side note, but my husband was using my laptop one day and he like somehow synced my phone and my computer together by like typing on my, I don't know what he did, what password he typed in on my computer, but it pops up every time he used my computer, and I guess that was getting on his nerves because he used to use my laptop a lot until he bought his own. But it synced all together, and that took up even more storage on my phone or on my computer. So this morning I was trying to figure it out, but again, I'm not good with technology. I couldn't even figure that out, and I was Googling it because I knew I didn't need to go to the Apple store for that. He figured it out, so I was actually able to put into iMovie this video that I filmed like a week or two ago of the makeup that I had on Father's Day that I wore on Instagram stories. You guys loved it, so I filmed that before I filmed this one, but I'm going to upload this one first now that I can actually use my laptop. And just so I can kind of, you know, catch up since I've been gone for so many months. So that's finally worked out. For now, at least. I may need to go to the Apple store, call Apple support, and just figure it out. Because all of the pictures and video clips from South Africa, and like, you know, I have like 10,000 pictures on my phone. They're all still on my computer, but it doesn't say my startup disk is full. And I didn't even have my external hard drive hooked up, because again, I don't really know what that does. I don't know what that's all about, but it's working for now. And while I'm here, I might as well go ahead and talk about it. So, you guys know I'm a fan of Jaclyn Hill. I wouldn't say I'm like a super fan or anything, but I do love her videos, love her tutorials. I think she's pretty. I think she's nice. Like a lot of people don't. They think she's fake and out for the money, whatever. That's fine. But I did actually buy her lipstick collection. They're sitting in my closet right now. And I did have some of the issues. I had the little pieces of fuzz. I had the little holes. I had some that had little marks on them, some little handprints, you know, like, you know, just not common stuff. So whenever I didn't film it, I was just on Instagram Live when they came, because that was after everything came out about the whole disaster that they were. So I went on Instagram Live and kind of really looked at them and then swatched some of mine. I haven't put them on my lips though, because I'm still scared. But I just, you know, wanted to investigate, but I did swatch them a lot to see if I could get some of the big beads to come up, but I could not. I was really sad about that because the colors are so pretty. Like, oh my gosh, they look gorgeous and I want to use them. I hope she comes back out with more, because I know she's like deleted her social media now, which is so sad. Like probably people who didn't even buy the lipstick are probably giving her the most heat for it, but she refunded my money and like pretty much everyone else's, as far as, you know, that's what the internet says. But anyway, when I was on my Instagram live, like going through the lipsticks, I was like, well, let me just look at some of my other lipsticks because, you know, I have a lot and I bought backups of like my holy grail shades. So I went and grabbed L'Oreal Ferris Nude, which is a pinkish nude lipstick that I use a lot in my freelance kit. And then I grabbed Dose of Colors Brulee, that's another one of my holy grails, and then one from MAC, Nikki's Nude, from her little collab. That's like, oh, I love that shade. So I had those backups, so I took them out, and my L'Oreal Ferris Nude and my Dose of Colors one, I think, was it Dose of Colors? I'm not sure. But I know for sure the L'Oreal Ferris Nude one had the little dots in it. So I don't really think that's uncommon. Of course, the Fuzz, Tim Talia, she has like every lipstick you can imagine. She does swatches. It's a blog. Like if you Google swatches of a shade, her page is going to be like the first one to come up because she's just amazing. So she was saying, you know, that's not actually uncommon for, you know, makeup to come like that, but it just was such a big deal because it was blown up on social media. But then I did have two that had like these weird silverish, blackish, like greenish little dots, and it was just two lipsticks, or maybe even just one. It's just that one little weird dot that was like blackish, silverish, greenish, and there are people on the internet saying there were huge shards of plastic in it, stuff like that. So that's what really made me not want to use mine, is because I was like, well, you know, what if it is contaminated? And obviously that's not normal, but apparently like the holes and the fuzz and stuff is, or not really the fuzz, I don't say that's normal, but I think the holes are pretty normal, just like, you know, just like little air bubbles, but that didn't really bother me. But then the little black spots, I was like, oh no, I cannot use that. I've got the whole little bundle over there, and I was just waiting for videos to come out about the contamination. I saw one that said it was like positive for yeast and something else. But I just, you know, I was hoping that everything would come back just normal. And I know she sent some off too, but maybe her results didn't come back like so great. And maybe that's why she deleted all of her social media, you know, because it was just more than she could take, along with everyone still talking about it and being rude about it. I mean, I feel really bad for her. And her Morphe collab, that was a wreck with the Vault palettes, which I haven't had any issues with those. And then of course the Becca one to begin with, but I just hate the way that all happened for her, because I was super excited for her. And obviously she had other things coming out too, right after the lipsticks that are probably postponed if they're from that same lab for sure. But just because of this whole scandal, if that's the best word to use, probably not, but you get the point, that's happening right now. But I just hate that for her and for me too, because the lipsticks, the shades look gorgeous, and that just, it all around sucks. So if you guys, I would like to know what your experiences were if you purchased any, and if you've been using yours, or, you know, just, I want to hear your thoughts too. Let me just say, it is really difficult to talk, or for me, to talk while I'm trying to do my makeup. Like, you know, like talk, like tell a story talk, not just tell you what I'm doing while I'm doing it. But I really am so glad to be back on YouTube after 6 long months. That's literally half a year. That's a long time. But so much has happened and changed in the best way. God is so good to me. I can't even begin to tell you. It just feels nice to be back. Because even though I don't have my music playing and all that kind of stuff, you know, it's still fun. And I know you guys enjoy it. And it was so sweet of you guys that reached out. Like, when are you going to be back? Like, that just means so much. You have no clue. And I truly feel like God has a message for me that he wants me to share with everyone. And I feel like YouTube is going to be the place for me to do it, because he's so good for me. I would hate for someone to miss out on having the life and relationship. And our relationship is still so new. I still have so much to learn about being in love with Christ. I just feel like he has more for me. He has something that he wants me to share and do. And it might be through fun and makeup, but I just hope it changes so many lives. And just like a little disclaimer, I talk about God a lot because he's been so good to me and I love him so much. But that's never to, I realize everyone, not everyone has the same beliefs and, thinks the same way. This is still makeup and it's still fun, still a connection with you guys. But, never am I ever trying to force anything down someone's throats. I just love because he first loved us, and I feel like he has something for me to share. And, I just think it's important. It's a big part of my life. He's been so good to me. I want everyone to experience the same kind of unconditional love and guidance and just really safety. And I just wanted to kind of clear that up. If you ever feel that way, I love because he first loved us, that's all. And I'm not ever gonna be ashamed or afraid to talk about it. And oh my gosh, totally random, my eyelashes are so long. I am still using Brightening Lash Boost. I will use it for life. I'm technically a consultant, what they call a face washer, because I don't actually sell the products, but I forgot my primer. There were several other things I wanted to buy, like their microdermabrasion paste. I needed another backup of my lash boost. I needed another backup of my hydration serum of theirs, their body replenish. There were a lot of things I wanted to buy from them. And it just made the most sense to buy the $9.95 kit that had all of that stuff in it. And then now I always get a 25% discount. So that's pretty bomb. But I love their lash boost. And you have to use it forever. Because if you stop, it is like a multivitamin serum for your lashes. It's not like a mascara or anything. But once you stop using it, then of course your new lashes that are constantly growing in won't be as long. So it's something you have to use for life, and I'm glad to do that because I don't really wear false eyelashes a ton since my real eyelashes are, pretty long and they don't really stay curled that well, but at least they're sticking out straight and they're long. And I mentioned it earlier, don't even know if I finished what I was talking about, but I'm going to film like my holy grail must-have items, like things I feel like are going to be hard to top from all categories, like lotions and body scrubs and makeup, anything. Look, I'm almost out. This stuff is so good. I love it way more than I've ever loved a little glowy mist. It's bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. I did buy the Kylie Coco collection. If you guys want to see a video on that, let me know. Because I will totally be glad to do that. Let me pop on my lashes. They're probably dry by now because my fan's going on full blast above my head. Let's just try and see. Be flying off in the wind in a minute here. Here I go. Want to use the same shades I want. Okay. This is one I have not used that I bought. Do I want to use that one? Oh yeah, let's use this one. Very Go Lightly from MAC. It's just a pretty gold sparkle and I love their formula. It's not buxom, but it's good. Like Oyster Girl, my life. Pretty. Just gold sparkle. I cleared off my table for you. I thought I could do that and I need something to go on my table. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that totally random here and there and everywhere where I've been for the past 6 months, what I struggle with on YouTube in this tutorial. This look I actually wore like back in summer of 2018 and you guys loved it. It was on my Instagram and I lost part of the footage. So I never could upload it and I decided I would just do that look today. It's super easy, it's pretty, using the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. But everything I used since this was a really chatty get ready with me will be listed down below, including brushes because that bothers me when people don't tell me what brush they're using. So if you have any suggestions of videos you want to see, whatever they might be, different tutorials, stuff like that, other than what I mentioned in the video, You can just leave me a comment. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed being back on YouTube. If you are not subscribed to my channel already, please do so. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.